Okay, we are recording. Hey everybody, I'm excited for this month and the rest of the year because I have a lot of new insight and tools and tips and trainings and all these things to pass along. A lot of it I need to kind of break down in my own head before I pass it all along, but hopefully I can do it bit by bit and help us all kind of reach our goals through the rest of the year. Because it's a new month and we all have new goals. We have a new enrollment incentive from corporate, and we're going to see a huge shift over the next 90 days. And I want us to see some huge rank ups. And so I want you to start realizing the 90-day cycle that Plexus is kind of getting on, I guess, with their incentives and how the 90-day cycle of your team can run. And we can all run this way together so that we work well together and hit our goals better together. Because when we're all in sync and we're all kind of focusing on the same things, it allows us all to have teams that are all in sync with each other and we're all doing the same things at the same time with the same goals, if that makes sense. So basically, there's going to be 3 different chunks over the next 90 days of activity. And they're going to be different types of activity, but all for the intent of moving all of your businesses forward and helping you reach your goals. But we all might have a rank goal or a point growth goal. I know some people want to hit like a certain point value, or maybe you want to re-rank, whatever that may be. And so I want you to think about what I'm going to talk about in like month-long like focus points of what you're doing for a month at a time, instead of kind of scurrying around and saying like, oh, I might hit a rank this month, or I'm going to try to go, gold this month or whatever, and kind of like scrambling month of. I want us to really think about it way beforehand and map it all out so that we know where we're going and we can check in with whoever we need to check in with or keep each other accountable, and understand what goals we're really reaching for. Because every month Plexus is going to come out with a different incentive, and it's going to come along with different goals. And sometimes maybe it's not like your month to sponsor 12 people, right? Like maybe you're trying to develop silvers that month or whatever. This month it's going to be all about enrollment. I'm going to talk about that in a minute because it's the beginning of this like 90-day shift. But maybe as we get into like the second and third month, we need to turn around and focus a little more on helping all of the people we just enrolled in the previous month share and go silver and go super silver and all of that stuff. And so I want to just kind of turn our focus to not just like massive enrollment all of the time so much that we let people fall through the cracks and we have bad retention, because that really hurts us in the long run. So focusing on our business in these different shifts is going to be really important and help us kind of map out the future of your rank ups and goals and all of that. So basically, the first month of this 90 days is what we're in right now. And this month, as you can see from the incentive from Plexus, is all about enrollment. And so this is going to be the time to start growing your network. You've noticed that Cassie up on her team page has a Fill Your Funnel challenge, all about building relationships. We're going to want to really, really focus on posting smart and interacting with people and making sure that we have the products and the business and different testimonies and product information, personality types covered, right? Like who are you reaching? Who is your network? Who fits your brand of people that you're trying to connect with, and make sure that the stuff you're posting is appropriate for those people, because those hopefully are the people that you're building relationships with. You're gaining new friends in that arena and all of that. So you want to make sure you're paying attention to what you're sharing really carefully, who you're investing time in, what relationships you're building, and always, always, always growing your network, because you want to be doing heavy enrollment right now, and you want to make sure that you're enrolling the right way. And so we want to be sure that we're setting people up for success. We want to make sure that we're setting expectations that an ambassador account is for somebody who is committed to 60 to 90 days on the products. And you're going to be ordering 100 PV, or you're going to be ordering at least 3 products, because you want to stay consistent with your products. You want to achieve the goals that you're setting out to achieve, and really set that expectation from the get-go, and make sure that the people you're enrolling are ready to invest that kind of time and are going to be committed to it, and that you are helping them along the way so that you have really good retention rates and you keep them around. And we're enrolling them all as much as we can with $199 welcome packs. And this is the best deal for them, and it's the best deal for you. And there's a lot of reasons why that's the case. First of all, they get, from a pure number standpoint, they get the best value for their money. They're getting, 7 products for $199, and a lot of them have a value over $300. So it's going to be a huge value to them. It also is better for you because you're getting business building bonuses and pay points on those. And you don't get pay points for $99 welcome packs. And that allows you to get points for those and count those points in the current month that you're trying to rank up. So say you're trying to go gold or something this month. When you enroll $199 welcome packs, you're getting the points in the current month that you enroll the person, instead of a $99 welcome pack where you don't get points until the next month when they order their 100 PV again. So that's a little bit of the difference of just like the numbers part of it, but kind of looking further to the retention piece of it, somebody who joins with the $199 welcome pack is much more likely to hang around a lot longer than someone who joins with a $99 welcome pack, because honestly, humans are like natural quitters. Like, we have a really short attention span for things. And if we don't see results right away, we're all in the instant gratification thing. We really want to give up. And so a lot of times when we're starting a new routine or new product, I mean, why do you think that people like set out with monthly goals every month and like by the second week they're off it, or diets or workout habits or whatever, even organization habits, or getting up early in the morning? They're going to try to get up early every single day this week, and 2 days in, they're already fell off the wagon, right? So it's a natural human tendency to kind of have setbacks. And so when it comes to $99 welcome packs versus $199 welcome packs, the $199s have so many more products that people can get used to taking or find out what their favorites are, that maybe if they don't continue with all of them, they'll find a combo of 3 or 4 products that they love. And so that's really important, because when you're thinking about creating a $99 welcome pack, you're going to see that, you know, maybe they started with Slim and Lean and MetaBurn or something, and maybe they didn't love MetaBurn or something. Maybe they didn't love Lean and they can't get into the routine and take it every day. Well, now they've just dropped a product off and they're down to 2 products. You know, that might put them under 100 PV. If they, you know, lost MetaBurn and they're down to Slim and Lean, they're under 100 PV, right? But if they, you know, started with like the Healthy Weight Advanced welcome pack, and they said, okay, well, I don't really like Lean, but you know, I'm loving all these other things, or I don't really like MetaBurn, but I'm really liking Balance and Slim and the Triplex or whatever, then they're still over 100 PV, right? So it gives them a lot more options when you're enrolling them with more product. And so I just really want to start there and make sure that we are all starting at the $199 welcome pack place, because it is the best for your business. It's the best value for your customer. It gives them the best chance at longevity with the product and consistency with the products. They're going to be exposed to more things and find what they love. And it's also going to be better for your paycheck. You're going to earn more money that way. So for everyone involved, it is a better deal all around. So always, always, always start with the $199 welcome pack. If you can, you know, fit them into one of the $199 welcome packs. And we have so many welcome packs now, there's always something for everybody. And so if we start with that, and then sometimes you have people that are just like not ready to jump or whatever, and or we need to do a better job about conveying the value, or they need to take some time to think about it or whatever. And if it's really something someone's struggling with, like last resort, I will back up and say, you know, here's a $99 welcome pack. If you really just want to start with the Triplex combo, if you really want to start with, you know, whatever, I will dial back to that. But I really, really focus a lot of effort on conveying the value of the $199 welcome pack. And I would even rather them order a $199 and me give them like a kickback of cash back or something after the purchase than them order a $99 welcome pack and me not give them some type of incentive, because I would rather them have success on the products. I would rather them have better retention rates. I would rather them have more exposure to so many more products that they might find something that they love than me get a person that I hopefully will keep them around but has a lower chance of success, basically, because they're having exposure to less things. And it's a lower investment, so they don't feel as invested. Like, all the things go along with that. So I really want to hit that point home, that always, always, always start with the $199 welcome pack, because it's better in every single way. So after they join, we have this post on our team page about following up maybe 4 or 5 times in the first month with somebody after like the first 2 days, and the products, and 2 days after that, and then the next week after that, and leading up until the subscription runs, right? And I want to challenge that a little bit, because a lot of people that I have been seeing in my personal sponsorship, like this summer, I think July, I had a really good month. I sponsored 15 people in July. And I've really been trying to challenge my retention rates and really make sure that I'm following up as well as I can. And so I want to kind of challenge that old post we have about following up 4 or 5 times in the first month. And I almost want to say, when somebody joins in their first like 3 weeks, you should be talking to them like every few days. You really should be. Like, it's right when they get their products. After they start them, check how their first day went. How did their routine go? How are they going to do tomorrow? Are they good about drinking their water? How's that going? And then right when they're hitting that next phase where they need to increase their ProBio 5 or BioCleanse or their MetaBurn or something, whatever, or if they're adding in something else, after a few days, maybe they started on Slim and BioCleanse and now they're ready to add in MetaBurn or whatever the thing is. So really, like, every few days, like, how is it going? How is your routine? What are you liking the best about it? What are you loving about it so far? Those type of questions in a really positive manner are great. Asking them what they're loving about Slim. Do they enjoy how much better they're sleeping? Are they finding that they're eating less or they're not craving as much junk food? Are they finding it easier to drink water? All these positively phrased questions are really good. And seriously, like, every few days, guys, until you feel like they've gotten a good routine, they're liking their products, and there isn't really a lot more troubleshooting to be done in that first month. So that first few weeks, literally every 3 days, 3-4 days, I'd say. And then you can push it out to 5 to 7 days if they're really in a good rhythm and they're getting used to it. Because I find that a lot of people, right when they start, especially with all our new awesome $199 welcome packs, there's so many of them and they have, 7 products in them. It's a lot to kind of start right away, right? Like, it can be a little bit overwhelming for someone, and we break it down for them to start slowly, but still they need that accountability to have, to check in with them and say, hey, how was your Slim this morning? When you check in with them at 10 a.m., did you like the taste of Slim for your first day or whatever? Some type of positive question to get them started in a positive way and be excited for them. And after a few weeks, say, I am so excited for you. You are only 3 weeks in. We are, at the tip of the iceberg. We're just chipping away at the surface of this. And I'm excited to see, what the next few months brings, set that expectation. And also talk about, the routine from there and troubleshooting from there and what they're liking. And if they say that they're struggling with anything, remembering to take something, or how can you tweak the regimen, whatever. If you're in close contact with these people, you're being very proactive. And so when it comes time for them to have their next subscription, the odds of them going in and turning that off are so slim, because you've literally been talking to them every few days. And you've been keeping them accountable and asking about their water and making sure they're taking their products and asking them everything they love about it, revisiting their goals on a regular basis, celebrating every little win when they're sleeping better, when they can button their pants better, when their appetite isn't so big and they don't feel like they need to eat seconds and thirds at dinner, when they don't have that afternoon Starbucks anymore. Celebrate all the things. And when you're talking to them more often, there's more things to celebrate. So when that next month comes around and that subscription is going to run, they're ready for it to come and they know they're loving their products. And you can, along the way, see if they're like, I don't think I really want this right now, or I have too much of this, or I didn't find that I was taking my balance. I don't really need that. Well, awesome, because they started with the Healthy Weight Advanced Pack and they've got a full triplex and MetaBurn and lean still. So it's okay if they're not digging balance right now, right? So, but if they had started with a pack that was only 3 products, that might put them under 100 PB. And they still might not have as high of a likelihood of hitting their goals. So just revisit their goals, celebrate all the things, talk to them so much in the beginning until they really have a firm grasp on the products, what they can do, and how they're helping them and their routine. So, and that's all leading into the second month. So we talked about the first month of heavy enrollment and really getting your, I guess I was going to say, get your prospecting pants on. I was going to be so silly. I made myself crack up. Sorry, I'm so dorky. I was going to say that though. Anyway, but seriously, focus on it. Grow your network. Post well. Reach out to people. Grow your relationships. Pour into people right now. Offer samples. All those things. Now is the time to be doing that. And enroll as many people as you can with $199 welcome packs. And then as you go into the next month, follow up well, so that the next month rolls around, you have stellar retention rates, and so that your subscriptions are on, and keep them on. And if somebody turns them off, or if you see someone on your team turn them off, or they make it for just Slim or something under 100 PB, reach out to their sponsor, or reach out to them and say, talk to them about, hey, you wanted XYZ goals. In our first month, you were seeing this result, this result, this result. We did really good with our products. Did you feel like something needs to be different? You need more or less of something? Did you want to try something else? And maybe make some recommendations of how to get their subscription back over 100 PB. And if they are really, really just against that, no, I just want Slim this month or whatever, then I would challenge them and say, it'll be a much better deal for you if you buy in bulk every other month, right? Because if they just buy Slim every single month, you make nothing. You can zilch on that. And so but say they ordered Slim. If they order 2 bags of Slim every other month, they're making cash back on that purchase. Everything over $100, they're getting 15% back. So they're making some money back on that purchase, which is a good deal for them. And it's giving you points. So it's making you money. So literally that, again, similar to the $1.99 welcome pack being good for you and good for them. If somebody's ordering consistently under 100 PV and you have pitched other products to them, you've been troubleshooting with them, and they're just really, really, really against it, then order in bulk, like 2 bags of Slim or whatever the thing is, every other month. And that's going to be much better for them and much better for you. But again, I had somebody just today, I was talking to Becca earlier about, I had somebody today who wanted to quit. They were like, I think I'm done. Like, I don't know, there's just like a lot of pills and forgetting a couple of them. And, you know, I'm just not really sure if this is like a good time for me. It's really busy. And I said, you know what? I totally understand that. There's a lot of products in there. Your goals, she had fibromyalgia, she wanted to lose weight, and she had some mood issues she wanted to address. And so I said, you wanted to address these major things. Now, I think that we can really work towards those things, but get rid of some of these products that are complicating things for you. I said, why don't we, like, don't worry about the lean shakes, because she wasn't into drinking, whatever, that's her thing. And then I said, don't worry about the balance, because that's really kind of busy too. And I said, but I'd love for you to like keep your MetaBurn and keep your Triplex, because I think that's going to be great. And she was somebody who added on ease. I said, can you keep ease? Because that's going to be so good for your fibromyalgia and your chronic pain and all of that. I said, why don't we just get rid of a couple things? Don't feel like you have to have a shake every day, and don't feel like you have to remember balance at dinner time. Like that was the things that she found difficult. And so I asked her if getting rid of some stuff would be okay, and if we could keep her morning Slim with her MetaBurn and her nighttime Probio 5 and BioCleanse, like just morning and night. So she didn't have to worry about anything during the day. I simplified her routine for her, and then just asked her if she wanted to keep these. I was confident that was something that would really address her needs. And she ended up keeping it. She said, yes, like that's one of the products I found that really made a difference for me in her chronic pain and inflammation and all that. So anyway, just talk through it. And if somebody's like, I want to quit, or I don't, this isn't for me, or I'm having a hard time being consistent, what are they remembering to take? What are they finding the most benefit with? And how can you simplify their routine and fit things into the timing that works for them? A lot of times morning and night are easy for people, or like take everything at night and just take your Slim during the day when you remember at work, toss it in your bag. Like I had people who drink it on the way home from work because they know it's between lunch and dinner. So they're not eating dinner for another 20 minutes. They drink it in their car on the way home from work. I have people that do that. And that's totally fine. So work with people, troubleshoot with people. And if you need help, ask me, ask your sponsor, ask your closest leader, whatever that is. We all have tips. We've been doing this. I'm doing this for almost 4 years now. There's a lot of things I've learned along the way. But you don't just let people give up. They came to you because they wanted to change. They came to you because they wanted to be held accountable, and they want somebody to help them make positive changes in their life. And a lot of times people don't have someone to tell them, hey, you're not quitting. Hey, you told me you wanted this, so let's do it. And they don't have people in their life to hold them accountable. I mean, we are those people for them. And so they will trust you a lot more, and they will feel how much integrity you have when you are sitting there saying, hey, I'm calling you on this. You wanted this, and you invested in these products. You have them sitting on your counter. Like, let's finish them. Let's stay consistent. Let's do what we said we were going to do, but let's adjust your routine to fit your lifestyle, but also get you the results you want so you can stay consistent and live a healthier, happier, more fulfilling life. And so I just want you to feel confident in talking about the products and troubleshooting with people. And if you need help, please reach out. If someone is going to quit, or someone turns their subscription off, or someone's now ordering only Slim and X Factor or whatever, reach out to your sponsor, reach out to somebody else, and we can definitely help you with some wording to help kind of adjust their product a little bit to fit their goals and fit their needs, and make sure they stay consistent, because they came to you for a life change, and that's what we're here to help them have. I would hate to have you guys spend so much time and energy trying to recruit people only to get them, not follow up with them well, and lose them. Because what is the point if you're going to spend like weeks and months trying to recruit somebody if you're going to just let them fall by the wayside and not hold them accountable and not help them and not troubleshoot with them? And so I want you to be prepared for people to want to quit. People will have ups and downs. People will have detox, but being aware that that's going to happen, being ready for it, knowing that somebody's going to hit a bump in the road. Probably almost every person sometime in their journey is going to hit some kind of wall, and need you to coach them through it. And that's what you're here for. So that second month is all about keeping them on their routine, adjusting their products, troubleshooting, because they're in like kind of that second phase of they've really kind of added Plexus to their lifestyle, and now they're really looking at seeing some real results. And I also, I mean, again, I know I've told you this before, but I ask everybody to share. I ask every single person, once they join, when would you like to have an online information event for your friends and family to see if anybody might be interested in hearing more about Plexus? I ask every single person. Some will say no, some will say yes. We make a list and then we have an event for them. And I also ask anyone who's seeing positive results to share those positive results, whether it's in our Be Healthy Be Plexus product page or it's on their personal wall. A lot of times I'll ask people to share on Be Healthy Be Plexus because they get so much support in there, because we are all, you know, looking out for those positive stories and cheering each other on. It's such an uplifting community that I want them to see that support in there. I want to see that people are there to see them succeed and they're celebrating their wins. And so that kind of amps them up a little more to share on their personal wall. So a lot of times if somebody will say, hey, I'm a week in and my sleep is awesome. I haven't slept this good in months and my migraines went away or whatever. I will say, you know what? I have a lot of people who are struggling with those same things that would love to hear a success story. Would you mind sharing that in our product page? I do that all the time. People go in there and post, and it really gives them a sense of confidence to just post what they're feeling. And then later I'll ask them to, like, if they would mind putting that on their personal page, because I bet that they have a lot of people in their network that might struggle with those same things. Maybe we could help them too. And bonus, they'll get a little cash back, kind of kickback through our commissions program for if anybody that wants to join. So it's really kind of those simple steps of asking when they want to share, and then when they have wins, celebrating those along the way and asking them to share those. So that's all a part of retention too, because that builds their belief, you guys. So that is something that when they get to share it and be validated that other people are seeing similar results or other people are celebrating their results, it makes them feel good. It makes them want to share more. It makes them want to stay on their products. So that's a total validating process that goes along with retention. So the more we can celebrate them and praise them and make every little win a big deal, the more they're going to hang around. So that's going to be like your whole second month. And so like if we're talking about right now, like September, all about enrollment, October, all about retention and duplication, asking people to share, identifying who maybe wants to dabble in the business and really run with it, or who you think can get like their one or two, mom, sister, friend, whatever, cousin ambassadors to kind of start that process growing, to get a little, money kickback so they can use it towards their products and keep them around and having good retention rates. And so that's all going to be next month. And that's what I was talking about earlier when I was saying this month is all about enrollments. You can enroll really, really heavy. But next month, I want you to really zone in on who on your team can share, who can you help, who can you help duplicate, and not just treat everyone like they're just taking their products and you check in with them once a week and that's it, right? Like I want to help people hang around. I want to help people find success. I want to help people make money, and I want to help them be happy and healthy, right? So don't feel like every month you need to sponsor like 10 people. Like you don't have to do that every single month. That's awesome. But if that's causing you to let people slip through the cracks, or that's causing you to sacrifice some duplication, then you need to slow down a little bit. Because I know we have some heavy hitters on this call that sponsor really well. And a lot of you, our team is full of people who are really driven, and we are very contest driven. And I love that. And we are very goal driven, and we're all achievers, and we all want to do all these things. But we need to remember that we need to turn around and help other people do it too. So, and that's I'm like talking to myself here. I'm somebody like that. I just want to run for all the things. I want to run. I want to win 3 pairs of Nikes, and I want to win 3 iPads, and I want to win all the Kate Spade. And I get it. I totally get that feeling. But I now am coming to the realization wow, I just sponsored so many people, and I had to turn around and really foster relationship with them and help their retention and get them started sharing. And I spent a lot of my time doing that. And I first was kind of feeling oh no, my sponsorship rates aren't as high as they were in July. But then I turn around and I'm look, we had a beautiful month of growth on our team. I got a bunch of new people sharing. We got new silvers. We got super silvers. We got all these things happening on our team. And that is just as awesome. Okay. So if you can manage these seasons of really high enrollment and then really good duplication while you're still kind of enrolling your few people, you want to make sure you go silver every month, get 3 people every month. So you always have new people and new blood on your team. But don't feel like you need to knock it out of the park every single month. If Plexus rolls out with some sponsor 6 and get whatever in October, know the shifts of your business, right? So we're all in heavy enrollment phase. October is about retention and duplication. But then November So a lot of us now, if we've done a lot of sponsorship and then a lot of heavy duplication in the last 2 months, in September and October, in November, that's when you're going to focus on big rank ups. So all of you in here, like there's a few people in here I see that are like silver and gold and super silver, like a lot of people are in here. So this is when you're looking at those big rank ups. Like anyone who's silver right now could be gold in November. Like you totally, absolutely can. You can be gold next month if you want to, really. But well, heck, you could really be gold right now if you really want to, like just go and roll $21.99 welcome back, so you'll be gold. But what I'm saying is focus on the season. So enroll now, then duplicate, and then focus on the rank up. And so some people are ready for rank up like nowish, like this month. And so you could have another huge goal in 2 months, right? Or a lot of you are on the cusp of re-rank for this month and then focusing on the next 2-3 months of another big rank up. So kind of understanding that once you have the pool of people that you've enrolled is so much bigger. So the pool of people who might be sharing is so much bigger the next month. And then as you're all working together in the 3rd month, all those people who, first of all, hopefully you have awesome retention rates. But again, if people will quit, some people will quit, or they'll stop using it, or they'll get inconsistent, or some people will turn their subscriptions off or turn them to less than 100 PV. But the more people you have in the pot, the more you have to access when rank up time comes. Now, I love how everyone wants to be like, I just want to rank up like organically. I just want it to like happen. I just want to like wake up and be gold one day. That's awesome. And like, I love that, but it doesn't always happen that way. Like being totally honest, it doesn't happen that way. And it is worth it to say, hey, person that's only ordering Slim, I'll give you a $15 cashback incentive if you order MetaBurn this month or whatever. And there may be somebody who ordered it in the past and loved it, but kind of got inconsistent with it. And you're like, hey, I would love for you to try that again. I would love to help you be consistent with it. I've learned a few things now. Can I help you be accountable and help you achieve your goals? Revisit their goals, present them a product that maybe they tried, or maybe it's when they haven't tried that you think they'd be better with lean shakes, or they'd be better. They really need, they have nutrient deficiencies. And if they're, it's not seeing the success they want on the triplex, maybe they really need X Factor Plus because they've got a lot of other stuff going on, right? So like add in another product and say, hey, this could meet your goals for all these reasons. And as a thank you for trying it and allowing me to coach you through this the next couple of months, I want to give you this, incentive cashback, whatever. And so, but the more people you have, the better, right? The higher the likelihood you're going to have X amount of orders. And so that's the whole thing about if you're wanting to go super silver or gold or senior gold or ruby or senior ruby, anybody who's trying to hit those goals in the next few months, it all starts now. It all starts now. It starts this month with 199 welcome packs. That's where the whole thing starts. And so it is growing your network. It is reaching out. It is relationship building. And then it is conversing with people and conveying value and getting them enrolled with 199 welcome packs. And then every single month, you're kind of working through those steps along the way. But one thing I want this team to do is have just an explosive end of 2019, because we have had a huge last probably 3-4 months of a ton of silvers, a ton of super silvers, and a lot of new people sharing, like a ton of like second level growth on a lot of your teams. You're having like the secondary people sharing, and maybe they're not silver yet, but they need a little more coaching or whatever. But I think what we need now is some really clear vision for where we're going and what we're doing and what your team really needs. And so I'm going to like walk through an example with you, but I would love for you to do this. Like some of you are my level 1. So like walk it through with your sponsor or, whoever your closest leader is if you need help. But if you have a rank up goal, I want you to look at where your points are now. Maybe you can look at who ordered last month because it is early in this month. So what were your orders like last month? What were your points last month? And then look at this month and who has subscriptions on, right? Like who's got subscriptions on for over 100 PV and how many points are you going to end up with this month? Even if you have a gigantic team, you can do this like in forecasts. You can point forecasts in Excel or whatever. And really look at, where you're going to be projected to end at the end of this month. And then, say if you're trying to go gold and you have 50 points or whatever. So you've got 10 people at 50 points, which is the end of 50 points. But you really, really want to be gold. Well, you know that it's 100 points for gold. So you've got a 50-point deficit. And one thing I always want to account for is like attrition. I always take like about 10% off for attrition. You got 50 points, mark off 10% of that. So now you're at 45 projected points, for example. this is like totally just example. But so now instead of like 10 people, maybe you need 11 people at 5 points a person to go gold. And that's just 11 orders. And those can come from 199 welcome packs. Those can come from people who were ordering under 100 PV. Those can come from old inactive ambassadors. So all of that, and you take a look at, oh, who have I been talking to? Because hopefully you've been in close contact with these people. Who have I been talking to that I think would be open to, you know, ordering additional product if they're under 100 PV, or trying again, like pitch them, you know, this whole next, I want you to commit to 60 to 90 days of, you know, me helping coach you through this. I've learned so many things, and I have this product combo that might work a little better, or maybe that wasn't a good time to start, and I know you have some product laying around, and I'd love to get you through that and help you get a subscription back set up, because I think, you know, is now a better time for you to start, or whatever. Like, have the conversation with them, learn about their life and what caused them to not see the results or to quit or whatever it was, and kind of lend them a helping hand, lend them an opportunity. And I love incentives, but they're only as good as the intent behind them. So if you're just like throwing $20 cash back to everybody, I mean, yes, some people will take it, but a lot of people need a little bit more than that, a little more emotion than that, a little more coaching, a little more, I don't know, integrity behind it. And if you're there like, hey, I really want to help you a little bit better, and I see your goals and you wanted, you know, X, Y, Z to happen, and this was going really great, but you kind of fell off the wagon. Would you be willing to give me another shot of helping you, you know, whatever, and help them get set up again? And so that's kind of all the stuff that happens like in that third month when you're trying to rank up. But I feel like, and I'm guilty of this, I've created this team of people that decides we're going to rank up like in the month that it's happened. And we've done this before. Some people have run for a rank up and push for a rank up, and then we miss it because we didn't plan correctly. And it's happened to me, it's happened to a number of you guys. And so I'm kind of sick of watching that happen. And I want us to really have the foresight, whatever. And to really think about it now if we want the rest of the year to be awesome, right? So take all these enrollments that we might be having this month and plan how we're going to keep them along, and how we're going to be speaking to these people 2 months down the line, or anybody that might have fallen off, and get ready to like run for whatever rank ups you want, like on November 1st, and not waiting till like after subscriptions run on November 28th for like, oh, in the last few days, like maybe I can make a rank, you know? So I don't want to do that. So I want you to work through what your points were last month, what they are projected to be this month, maybe take 10% of that off for attrition rates, and then see how many people you really need to meet whatever your rank goal is, if it's gold, if it's super silver, or whatever the thing is. And then also those points can be made up by 199 welcome packs. They can also be made up by under 100 PV people that you're getting to order more product. They can be made up by inactives coming back, but also take a look at who on your team might be open to sharing, who on your team might be open to having an event, or making a post, or making a list of people that you can help them reach out to. Just give them a message that maybe they can reach out to 25 people, and maybe 5 of those messages stick, and you start 3-way chats with those people. I mean, anyone on your team that is enrolling is like just more fuel to your fire, right? So if you can have an enrollment goal, say I need 11 people to go gold, right? So say, okay, well, I can enroll like 5 of those people. Awesome. Well, I still need 6 people. Well, that, to me, in my head, that's 2 silvers. So who on my team can I help go silver? And so then I turn around and I want to help other people meet their goals. So I'm looking at everyone on my team, and I know that I could get 6 level 2s if I help 2 people go silver. So I am identifying those people, working with them, and then pouring into them like with everything I have, because we want to get people started off the right way. We want to get them the right resources. We want to, the process is so simple, but there's so much information flying at newbies or people who are new to sharing that it can be really overwhelming. And so I like to try and simplify that for people. Like, don't pay attention to all the junk that's happening. Just worry about this one event, or send these messages, and that's it. Just like post and send some messages. Like, don't worry about all the business that's happening on the team pages. Like, that's too much sometimes for some people. And so I like to simplify that, but identifying those people and just only paying attention to those people is so important. Because you can get so scatterbrained with trying to get everybody silver and help everyone share and all the things. I mean, I ask everybody to share, but some people say no. And some people say they will and don't do it. Some people I say, make a list of 25 people and then I'll start your event, and they don't make the list of 25 people. And so I say, okay, we're not going to have an event that, like, I don't push it. I don't drag people. I don't have time for that. So I'm like, if you want to run, I'm here to run with you, but I can't drag you behind me because I have people who are literally running faster than me and I need to keep up with them, right? Like I have people that are just like, oh man, like just getting after it. And so I'm like here for whoever wants it. And I want you guys to realize that too. Like Brooke Hemingway was saying this, and I love it so much, but she was saying, I love my team, but I love me more, right? It's like, I love you, but I love myself more. So like, I cannot like waste energy on someone who doesn't want it as much as I want it for them, if that makes sense. So it's like, we might want people to go silver, and I want people to be successful, and I want people to share, but some people are just so hesitant and they're just not for it, and they need some time. They need some time to have some more exposure, to learn some more, to have some belief built in them. And maybe they have some mindset stuff they're working through. And so it just takes a lot longer. And so sometimes giving them that space and allowing them to sit back and watch and allow like your success to be the proof, like sometimes that gets people to come back and want to share. And they're like, all right, I'm ready to go. I've seen this work. I wish I would have started sooner, but I'm ready now. And I've had so many people do that. And so I just want you to identify who the runners on your team might be and link arms with them, and then really, really pour into them and talk to them often. And if you're somebody I like maybe don't talk to as often as I should, I'm sure a lot of you are those people. This is what I'm realizing now, because I know that I can enroll a lot of people. I know how to enroll really well. And I'm working on my retention, but also I'm not good at focusing on my runners. And so what I'm focusing on now is turning to the people who need my attention, who deserve my attention, who are doing the work, and contacting you more often to help you stay accountable to meet your goals. Because I've been trying to please everyone and do everything for everybody all the time for too long. And I'm like feeling like I need to really hug all you runners and say, let's do this together. Because I've been trying to like get everyone to do all the things, and it's not serving anyone. I'm like dragging people who don't want it, and I'm wasting my energy, but really I need to turn to the people who want it really bad and help them. Because I think we can all rise together a lot farther, a lot faster if we're linking arms together. So that's kind of how like this 90-day shift is happening. And you might see it happen in Plexus too. Like you might see months of like packs of breakups. You start to notice that like people are really enrollment heavy, winning all the contests, and then there's like a bunch of silvers in the middle, and then there's big rank ups. There's the gold, the senior golds, the rubies, the senior rubies, emeralds, like all like that's all happening like in another month. You just see a ton of this stuff, and it's because when a whole team can work together, if your new silvers can go silver and then push to super silver while you're trying to push for gold, right? Like, or senior gold or whatever, when everybody's swinging up together, the momentum is like unstoppable. And when they are motivated to reach out to their people, to get their inactives back, to get their under 100 PV people to order more product. Like when they're willing to do the work because they know that they're going to rank up, and then you're going to rank up, and then the person above you is going to rank up, and all of that, that's the kind of momentum we want to create on our team. And it all starts now with enrollments. And so I want you to kind of work through that exercise with your sponsor. And if I'm your sponsor, I'll do it with you soon. Or message me if you're on this call. And there's a couple pages of you guys. But message me and say, hey, I'm ready to do this. I want to look at my back office, whatever. A couple of you I've made appointments with already. So I'll be doing that with a couple of you soon. Looking at my notes, sorry. Yeah, and if this is for like future months, if you're doing this worksheet for future months, like you want to go gold in 3 months, then that's great. We can look at, okay, if you sponsor 5 this month and maybe next month you have, some attrition, which is totally normal, but maybe you get a runner, then you maybe lose one, but we'll get one person silver. So then you get 3 new, in the next month, and we'll just kind of like forecast it out. But what I love about this is it gives you concrete numbers. So instead of just like, oh, I hope I get some ambassadors this month. Like, I hope I get somebody sharing this month. I hope this, whatever. Like, is it John Maxwell that I think Rachel Hollis quoted? But hope is not a strategy. So stop hoping for stuff and start doing it. So I just like definitely okay, for example, I started this month saying I want to win that Flippin' Kate Spade. Like in the first 3, I wanted to get a new ambassador every single day was my goal. Obviously it was Labor Day weekend, so I was a little ballsy on my end, but I'm stoked because I got my first 2 ambassadors today. I was reaching out. I was like pedal to the metal. I sent all these messages. I sent all these follow-ups, and I got 2 new ambassadors today. And I'm like, sweet. Like I got 1 more to go to get the Kate Spade, right? So you've got to hit the ground running. And understand where your goals are. And I know, like, I'm trying to go for all 9, right? And maybe more than that. Like, I'm trying to do that, and then I'm going to turn around and get them all sharing and do the thing next month. And know that I don't need to, like, sponsor 10 people next month, and I'd be okay with that. I'm telling myself this as, like, the overachiever in me. Be okay with not, like, over sponsoring, because it's just busyness. But giving, I love that Plexus gives us the numbers, like 3, 6, 9. So you have somewhere to reach for. Instead of just saying, oh, I sponsored 1 and, like, quitting. Or sponsoring 4 and then quitting. Like, well, heck, why don't you go for 6? If you got 4, right, go for the next thing. And so I just want us to all put numbers to paper, work with your sponsor to do that, see where you need to be, make a rank goal that is definitely achievable, but scares you a little, that you wonder if you're going to hit it, but I want you to work really hard to get as close as you can, because you definitely can hit it. Anything is possible. I love when goals scare you a little bit, because that means that it'll push you out of your comfort zone a little, and forecast that out. And so I just want you guys all to kind of get fired up. Like, I want to know that you are, like, in it to win it and ready to, like, do the work for the future gain. And I want to know that everyone is on the same page, so that when it comes time for us to collectively work together, we can all rise together and grow our points together, grow our ranks together, grow our community, so that we have more people sharing, more silvers, more people ranking up. I want to see, like, all of the silvers and super silvers and golds and senior golds and rubies and, like, all the things. I want to see all the things for the rest of this year. And I know it's going to be so awesome, because you guys have had a fantastic summer, and we have so many new silvers and super silvers that I know these people can go gold. I know some of you are on here. Like, I know that you can go super silver. I know that you can go gold. I know that all of you can rank up in the next 3 months. And so I want us to make a plan to make it happen. So that's all I have for tonight. Does anyone have any questions?